Hi everybody, it's Corinne with Outsiders Farm and Sanctuary. Trying out something a little different. Think of this as like the Outsiders podcast, where I'm going to share a little bit with you about what's going on. So today was starting off as a regular sanctuary day, taking care of our animals, making sure everyone had food and water. Dan and I have some projects we've been working on, like the new water stations, and also trying to do some repairs on the camper. And we had originally made an appointment to help this woman with her pigs, and today one of her pigs became urgent and needed an emergency trip to the animal hospital. So as soon as we had finished making sure our animals were okay, we had to jump in the truck, drive about an hour, get this pig loaded while this lady was at her job because she couldn't leave, and get her pig to the emergency room. And Dan went back to the farm. I stayed at the vet, assuming I was going to be driving the pig home. Unfortunately, this pig was very, very sick, and I stayed with him while his mom talked to him over speakerphone and said goodbye, and sat with him as he crossed the Rainbow Bridge. It wasn't the outcome we wanted, but we are grateful that we had the ability to help this pig mom and her pig get through such a difficult situation. As I was leaving the animal hospital, Miguel, the feral kitten that we helped yesterday, was discharged to us and is now home here at the sanctuary. He is feeling better. He's very spicy. As you can imagine, he's quite traumatized, and he's also never really dealt with any people before. So he's got a week of medication ahead, and we have to work very slowly, patiently, and gain his trust while also taking precaution because he has not been vaccinated for rabies yet. As I left the hospital with him, I headed out to make a house visit to another family of pig owners that needed help with their pig. This was somebody that one of our vets that we work very closely with had given our information to a woman that they know from a local restaurant. She's a server there. And she has been dealing with her pig having an abscess on its face, but she's not been able to get her to the vet. She can't afford it. She's struggling as a waitress in today's economy. So from what I gather, she had been kind of trying to get some advice from our vet, and our vet referred her to us, thinking that maybe we could help her with some resources or give her some advice on taking care of her pig. As she stated, she was really struggling. So in the past, Dan and I have kind of really been taken advantage of. People think we're just the nicest people and will take and take and take as much as they can get. And other times people really do just need help. So we always like to go and see the situation firsthand and see what the situation is like. Sometimes people really cannot afford to help their pet pig. Other times it's just a matter of priority. So I drove out there, and also if we were going to be helping her get this pig to the vet, I needed to know what equipment we needed to bring. Do I bring the van? Do I bring the truck? How many people do we need? So I drove out there, and these people obviously love their pig. They were telling me all about how she loves getting belly rubs. The woman told me that they actually rescued the pig themselves, and then told me that her friend had gotten a divorce and needed to rehome the pig. And she said they had had the pig about a year. Her husband said they had had the pig a couple of years. And that the pig was about 60 pounds and he could carry her into the house in his arms. And then the woman would tell me that, she was so overweight when they got her that they had to put her on a diet. And when I asked what she was eating now, because she is well over 200 pounds, They said she's eating pig pellets and dog food. So the growth on her face is softball size. It has been there for 4 to 6 weeks. They've been giving her some amoxicillin that they had left over, and they said initially she was getting better. Then it got worse, which is normally what happens when there's something like a root abscess or, a tooth root infection. And the only way to really cure that issue is to extract the tooth. And so the pig needs a trip to the hospital. Her name is Tommy. She needs a trip to the hospital. She needs a very good cleaning out of that pocket of infection, a tooth extraction. She really needs a proper diet. Her pen was very small. The house had good bones, but it was starting to fall apart, and she had no soft bedding. And it's always situations like this that are so hard for Dan and I. We want to help animals. We want to help people. We want to help people help their animals. And I don't even know where to begin. We helped Miguel as just a knee-jerk reaction to wanting a living, breathing creature to not suffer. And we were the resource available to get him the help he needed instead of just being euthanized. So we've helped Miguel, but our animals, our sanctuary still needs a lot of help. We're not bringing in the funding that we need to continue. We're not bringing in the funding that we need to continue our mission and to grow and to be able to provide the type of resources that are being asked from us. We're willing. Dan and I will work hard every single day and help whoever we can. Alicia joked that we would give the shirts off our back, and while I don't think anybody wants to see that, we want to help. There's a willingness there, and we have the experience and the ability to help, to get these pigs to the vet, to help educate their families. But every time we stop fundraising for our animals and have to focus on helping someone like Miguel who needed emergency medical care, or now to try to help Tommy the pig, it's helping them, but it's not helping the animals in our sanctuary here. And it's so hard because we celebrate so many great things with you guys, like being able to fundraise for the tractor or pay off sheds last year, or there's just so many things that we've been able to make possible with your support. But at the end of the day, nobody's donated today for us to make our shed payments, for us to pay on our vet bills, for us to buy food for our animals in our care. So we're just kind of stuck at this fork in the road on how can outsiders help animals in need, help our animals get what they need and keep our promise to them, and how can we make the world a better place when we can't bring in the funding that we need. So I just kind of put together some clips while I was talking for you guys to see about some of the pigs we visited today. There's a pig that you'll see earlier in the video if you scroll back or rewind. That was one of the pigs that belongs to the woman whose pig we transported to the vet today, and he needs help as well. He needs a hoof trim. The woman is elderly and can't get him to the vet on her own and is really struggling with their care, and these are things we're willing to help do, but we need more support to continue and to be able to help people in the way that they need to be helped to be able to properly care for the animals in their care. So if you can, please consider joining Patreon for just $1. I know so many places are asking for your support, but we have been working with the bare minimum for a long time, and it's slowly each month getting harder and harder to try to climb out of that hole. And we don't want to give up. We don't want to close our sanctuary. We're making a difference. We just need more people to join the team. So If you can join as a monthly sponsor, please do. I promise you every dollar goes to the animals, and you are actively making things better on the ground for animals here on our farm and for animals we're asked to help provide assistance to off of the farm. So if you can't join us as a monthly sponsor, please consider making a one-time donation so we can get through this month, through this time of all the bills that we're swimming in. Our phone rings nonstop from debt collectors and past due payments. So even just $1 or $2 from everybody would add up and help us so much. So thank you.